I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
Cole from Tucker's on the Wall here. It's just me here today, and what I'm going to be covering is the Fantastic Four, the reboot after the reboot that just came out last weekend. And I just got to say off rip, I really enjoyed this movie. Out of 10, I would give it an 8.5. And as it stands right now, I have it ranked more than Superman. Just to give both of them the benefit of the doubt, I'm going to rewatch both of them twice to really come through with my rankings to see which film I like more. But let's just start of what this movie does really well. And the Earth 828, oh my gosh, is it so intriguing? I think that one of the best parts about this movie is that it's so standalone. You don't need to watch a million Marvel movies and shows to understand this because it doesn't reference any of it. You can really tell that the cast and just really everyone meshes together well, and you know, it really is just a very script first movie, if that makes sense. It's more so of like the foundation is the script. I know all movies come from scripts, but it really just solely relies on how good these characters mold together, and that's what good writing does. And you know, it really makes you care about, you know, little Franklin. There is going to be spoilers in this, but you know, I just gotta say, Human Torch, Joseph Quinn nailed it. Vanessa Kirby nailed it. Everyone nailed it. I would say the worst out of the four was probably Pedro Pascal. Honestly, there were some scenes where I felt he was a little flat, but that's really nitpicking, and it's just one of the few reasons that this movie isn't perfect. Let's now talk about Galactus. Oh my lord, you know, the score of Galactus, you know, it leaked earlier before the movie. Oh my gosh, is this movie low-key chilling when it comes to that stuff. And you know, the whole space sequence when they're running away from the Silver Surfer, and she's just literally going through like wormholes and meteors, and they're like, Johnny, just kill this bitch, please. And Johnny's like, I'm trying. It's just so like cool, and like they both have their like really like they call on each other when it's a very desperate moment. I think that's what really makes the team super fun, and you know that another hero is not just going to pop out of nowhere and save them. And you know, I just really think that's what makes that space sequence so good. But at the end of the day, this is really a family movie, and based on the points I made earlier about how this is such a script first movie and the foundations is met, you know, between each character, it really does have a payoff at the end. Which, speaking of the ending, let's talk about the worst part of the movie. And you know, it does feel a little bit like convenient at sometimes, but not as much as people are saying it is. Like, I think Sue going past her limits and taking down Galactus, people are acting like she beat Galactus. She did not beat Galactus. Like, let's be for real. She pushed him back like 30 like yards, and then Ben, you cut down a building and it just collapsed, and he pushed through the wormhole to send him out. Like, it was, and she literally died from it. Like, what are we talking about? She beat Galactus? Frick no, she didn't. But that's just something I want to just talk about. The ending was convenient, but it's not as convenient as people are talking about. And you know, just throughout this whole movie, like it was shown before that they care about their child. And you know, honestly, I feel like it really does a good this movie does a really good job of pinning and understanding both sides, because obviously like, I don't have a kid, but you're gonna have that emotional attachment. They set it up for the first 30 minutes of the movie, just having that emotional attachment to Franklin and understanding what he is, and you know, the buildup of him having powers. You know, it was great, and Pedro does a really good job, and you know, just Reed Richards about like exploring everything about the child. And you know, it's really cool moments when Sue and Reed have those moments where Sue's like, stop even calculating that this is the only option of us giving Galactus this child. And you know, the whole thing, because personally going into this, I didn't know about what Franklin Richards was, and in what Galactus needed from him. But him being the vessel that Galactus needs, I think that's a super cool twist, and it's a really good way of writing it, of how Galactus doesn't just devour the Earth 828. This movie looks incredible too. I just wanted to bring that up because, you know, most Marvel movies nowadays is CGI slop, but oh my gosh, do they pull all the stops through. This movie's gorgeous. Galactus is gorgeous. Silver Surfer is gorgeous. Not just because CGI, but now let's go to the meat and potatoes. Franklin healed Doom. Now that's what it's implied, you know, that's what everyone's saying, and it does make sense. But oh my gosh, I was like, holy shit, dude, I did not expect that at all. I think that's where I'm gonna wrap up this video. It's a way quicker review that we've done in the past. It's pretty easy when it's, you know, by yourself and you're not getting sidetracked and arguing, but you know, I love the arguments, I can't lie. But I appreciate you for watching this whole video, and you have a great day.